Hey guys, how's it going? ItZMuRdA here with another episode of Current Events. I've been really busy at work this week. Don't forget that I am working Saturdays, most Saturdays now, so I will still be working tomorrow, and Sunday will be my main streaming day, as well as, probably another day, usually Monday, although I think I'm working this Monday, so lols. Anyway, Sunday will be the main streaming day for the stream. You can kind of try to keep up with that, but just a reminder. But luckily, there's been quite a bit of news going on, PlanetSide related. SOE related, so I've had stuff to cover pretty much every other day in a current events video, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. Let me know if all of you hate it, but I've gotten a decent enough. I know they're not as popular as my other more in-depth content videos, but I've gotten some decent feedback for them still, so here I am bringing you guys more current events. If you are unaware, they made well actually Josh Sanchez made a balance pass post to #1 the other night, and then Luke made a post, I guess it says yesterday, maybe it was yesterday, saying that you're going to see more of these balance pass posts coming out. This is what the first one looks like from Josh Sanchez. It's going over vehicle weapons and the harasser, and talking about after optimization they are going to be focusing heavily on balance before necessarily new content. So you're going to see optimization and then some balance and some new content, maybe a little bit more optimization over the next couple of months. And this is, one of the first things they're focusing on. I'm not going to read through all of this for you, but I think there are some decent changes in here, some slight adjustments, slight nerfs to the harasser, moving proximity radar for all vehicles to the defensive slot so that it serves a better purpose there. Some changes to anti-vehicle and anti-personnel secondary weapons for vehicles, both on harassers and others alike. Other vehicles, that is. So give this a read through, especially if you're a vehicle person. I don't think there's anything in here that's like, oh my god, how unexpected, but it's still nonetheless a pretty good read through. And there's going to be more posts coming up specifically related to some of these things that he mentioned, nanoweave and related features like sniper rifles not one-shot headshotting at a certain range with a certain rank and so on and so forth, rocket launchers, underbarrels, engineer turrets. I don't know if that means how these relate to engineer turrets, i.e. not really doing damage to them from the front, or just all of those things individually and their damage towards infantry and so on and so forth. And then max AV abilities, or rather AV weapons. We know that they were planning on nerfing essentially against infantry as it was, and ability adjustments. I don't know if that means more Zoe nerf, but we'll see. And then more to come beyond that as well. So keep an eye out on the official forums. You can always click on the SOE post tracker, take you to the most recent, well, all of, but sorted by most recent SOE posts right down here. So definitely worth checking out. And as with everything, all these links will be in the YouTube description of this video. If you're playing Battlefield 4 like I am, and I'm not playing it a lot, but I am playing it a bit, especially during the first week or so that it's out, and then I'm going to be following up with that afterwards. There is a Future Cruise server called the Rainbow Fortress, nothing else, right? Trivia, by the way, which base is referred to as the Rainbow Fortress in PlanetSide 2? Does anybody know? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, we have a server, 32 players, rush, domination, alternating, normal mode, so on and so forth. You can check it out. I will put this link, although if the server title changes or the turtle changes, the link's gonna not work because it requires the name of the server as well for the link to work. So it's best to just search FCRW in your server browser, favorite the server by clicking the little star next to it, and hop in there. Right now nobody's on there really, but last night and the night before we've had it completely packed, 32 people, handful of 666 folks in there, other PlanetSide players that know about it, as well as other PlanetSide outfits that have their own servers. I know TRG linked me theirs on Twitter the other night, so keep an eye out if you are playing Battlefield 4. Maybe link up with some PlanetSide community members on one of these servers. There was the I managed to pause this at a very creepy time and a happy time for our friends Jax and Maggie here. But anyway, that aside, there's a they did the War Report live from MLG Orlando a couple weeks back, and just recently published it on YouTube. Both part 1 doing the top plays, where they featured one of my plays in there. Thank you guys for that. And Max, I cannot speak today. Jax and Maggie went over that, and this is, I'll put these links if you didn't get to see it. Not that many views, honestly, so maybe people didn't even know that it was recapped. I didn't get to watch it when it was live, so I enjoyed the recap. There's also a follow-up interview being part 2 with Jackson Higby that you guys might want to watch. I'll link both of those. And then there is, if you haven't had enough of YouTube videos, I actually haven't even got to watch it yet because I just got home. OMFG Episode 7 is out today, and I definitely recommend you guys check that out. Pretty good, couple minute long videos. If you haven't seen some of the previous episodes, you should watch those too. Looking into kind of the behind the scenes of the PlanetSide optimization process. So they're always fun, and be sure to check those out. We've got the optimization now tentatively scheduled for November 6th, so next Wednesday, just a couple days away, for the live servers, and it's been on test. They've been updating tests, and we'll actually speak about that a little bit because I got another patch today. Since it's Friday Night Ops is back. I feel like we haven't had Friday Night Ops in a while. Maybe it's because of the Brazil Game Show and MLG Orlando, plus the fact that WDS was ending, and there's no longer been Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday Night Ops, or Community Clash. So it's like, oh, where's my PlanetSide fix on Twitch lately? But of course, Friday Night Ops is back. Maggie is back, and there's going to be doing some fun stuff tonight. So be sure to tune in 5 o'clock Pacific or 8 o'clock Eastern over at twitch.tv/PlanetSide2. They are going to be giving away some of those Living Dead bundles that we've seen hit certain Twitters and Facebooks and so on and so forth. Maggie was doing some giveaways on her Twitter that I mentioned in a previous video for the Night of the Living Dead event, where you basically just get the medic skull helmet and the amoeba armor camo for all of your characters, all of your empires. It's pretty cool. You get some free stuff if you get one of those bundles, and there's more opportunities to win, not only on the various social media, so check those out, but on here as well. I was also trying to see if I could acquire some codes to give out. I haven't been able to successfully do that yet, but if I do, I will gladly do a giveaway for you guys this weekend or whenever I can as well. Maggie's going to be doing some fun stuff, harasser race, pirate ship battle, and a knife fight tonight, all where the winners of such will be granted a Living Dead bundle. So be sure to tune into that, have some fun. Sounds like she's going to be playing on test for the newest edition of the optimization patch, which just went out today, that I haven't actually gotten to play in yet, but there are some awesome changes. They took our feedback and did some good things with them. So now that the game allows me to tab behind it, look at that. Oh man, it's 2014. Not yet, almost. We're going to look at that real quick. Live gameplay. Holy cow. Okay, so the first thing you notice when I spawn probably is the central HUD. Well, that might not have been the first thing that you noticed, but they did update the centralized HUD. You can see my jump jets on the left. It actually has a little bit more of a regular segmented indicator. It also has those two bars in the middle to let you know when you're about 50%. Same deal for the ammo counter on the right hand side. So I definitely think that that's an improvement. You still keep it pretty streamlined, pretty similar, pretty efficient and optimized, but it is far easier, I think, at a glance to tell how much you have left, which I think was the biggest problem with the almost arbitrary dips and ups and downs of the waves or the frequency that they had before. Next thing you might notice is I spawned at a biolab. But I'm not in that crazy old biolab spawn room that we're used to. I'm in the new little biolab spawn room that old 23-second long trip used to take you to. So how about that for shaving about 20 seconds off of our spawn timer? We can actually now get back into the fight at biolabs like we always were comfortable doing, and it just spawns you right here. I think it's in a better spot than the old spawn room, although the old spawn room will be missed since it seems like it's now inaccessible. But you're in a better spot, you've got access to these points, and so on and so forth, but you're kind of tucked away both behind cover and away from points at 60 meters, 110 meters, 60 meters, to where there's not, even the SCU and the SCU shield gen might be a little bit harder to defend, but also not going to be as easy to camp. Forgive my hitching, that is still happening. It could be a driver issue for all I know. I should probably update yet again. But anyway, I definitely like this change. Shaving that time off of the respawn was my biggest concern with the biolab changes. So while this was an easy one to just say, alright, well let's just get rid of that altogether, have you spawn directly into this building, I still think that it's a better method of doing it for sure. So now you can actually have like a pretty consistent infantry battle at biolabs like you're always used to. And like I said, I think you have some better cover back in here as well. You might be wondering what happened to our vehicle bay and where this goes, and both of those will give you your answer. So here's your vehicle bay now. No other portal or teleporter on the other side, just the one. And it is completely accessible from the safety of your spawn room and not from anywhere else. So you can now always access it without needing to walk out into line of fire by the SCU shield gen, or rather just the SCU shield and the SCU. And you can access it as long as you own the spawn room, just right down in there to continue to pull vehicles. And I think that that makes a lot of sense. Not that this bottom portion of the biolab ever really got used very much once the fight moved inside, but it certainly makes sense to have it accessible from the spawn room, both for efficiency and just because it seems sensible. I don't really know a better way to put it. So that is there now, and I think that this is a much more streamlined, better approach to the new biolab. As far as I could tell, the rest of the flow of the biolab remains unchanged from the previous build. If you haven't seen my previous video, I can link it as well. That goes over all of the new, inside aspects of additional cover and areas in the biolab, but that all seems the same to me. And the changes for this patch were this new spawn room with the direct line to the V-Bay and the centralized HUD. If I can get, I don't know how the heck high I need to get to take some fall damage, but I could show you that as well if so. Probably should know this by now, but I don't even. Do I take decent enough fall damage from here? Not even any? Oh my goodness. Anyway, while I'm climbing this tower, you guys be sure to tune in to Friday Night Ops tonight. They're going to be playing over here. Feel free to hop on and play alongside it. I will likely be doing the same. Participate in some harasser races and knife fights and so on and so forth if you're interested in getting yourself one of those Living Dead bundles and all of that. Oh, almost killed myself that time. Figures, right? Okay, so the shield and the health bar now actually are segmented at the 25, 50, 70%, 0%, and 100% marks. So you can see as the shield fills up, you generally have a pretty good idea of those little bumps in the line where your 25% is, your 75% is. You have a much better idea of what your health and your shield looks like, rather than, like I said, the almost arbitrary lines and so forth that you had beforehand. So that's what that looks like. I'm pretty excited about it. I think they were simple changes that they could get out soon enough to still have the patch out next week. They didn't really sacrifice any optimization efforts, but they vastly improved over the previous design of both the centralized HUD and the biolab spawn pattern. So let me know what you guys think, and be sure to tune in to the stream every day over at ItZMuRdA.com or twitch.tv/ItZMuRdA_TV. I will be streaming tonight. I'll be streaming tomorrow after work again, and probably all day Sunday. That's my big day for streaming now again, like I mentioned. So I do really appreciate the support. Any follows on the stream, likes or subscribes or comments here, that helps me out a lot. So thank you guys for that so much, and y'all have a good weekend. I'll see you soon.